What you are looking at is one of Peter's favorite wood carvings. Peter, by the way, is the owner here at Fleetwood Studios. This is an incredible place.
Well, thank you.
It's so neat to watch you work. You're so fast, and we were talking earlier the dexterity that it takes for you to carve with such intricacy. How many years have you been doing this?
It's been about 10, 12 years so far.
Yeah.
A lot of practice.
I can imagine. A lot of scrap pieces, I'm sure.
Right.
So why is this one of your favorites?
Well, this is a very nice one because it's one piece of wood. It was a huge piece of poplar, and the grain on the wood is vertical, whereas the curliness is actually horizontal here. So it really shows up the grain of the wood very nicely.
Well, and how did you define, like it almost looks like the horse's sort of muscles are,
well,
are defined.
To start with, I carve the grooves out, and then in the sanding process, I just emphasize this a bit, and because it's smooth, it shows up so much better again.
Right. And then he's been varnished.
Exactly.
Which is why he's shiny. And then here's an example of something that's unfinished behind him, right?
These are blue herons, and these are carved out of just a block of wood, white pine actually. Yeah. And it's just, you know, like a natural form of the cranes. They either have their head like this or they're looking at a frog or something.
And how did you get the feathers into the wood?
Oh, this is done with the chainsaw.
That little chainsaw that you were working with earlier. The one that he carved CTV into our mushroom with. Okay.
Exactly.
How long does it take for you to make something like that?
Well, it takes me about a day or a little less than a day to carve one of these out. But, you know, it's a lot of practice and just patience. And
a day could be 24 hours, which is a very long time. Now, I completely understand why this one is one of your favorites. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this one is actually a three-part sculpture. The eagle shows then the air or the sky. The bear is the land, standing on a cliff overlooking a river or the sea. So it's sea, land, and air in one sculpture.
And who did the painting?
I did the painting too.
You did that as well. A man of many talents. Very nice. And now I know you've got something on your website about if people have ugly stumps on their property, there's something you can do about that.
Yeah, I do stump sculptures. I go to the place, to the house, and I set up my scaffolding or whatever, and I just carve away until it's finished.
Right.
Owls, bears, dogs, birds.
And if the stump is tall enough, it almost resembles sort of a totem pole, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Now let's go to the other half of your gallery because there's a lot to see. So all of this is, for the most part anyway, for sale, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And where do you get the inspiration, the ideas?
Well, I don't travel a lot, but I'd like to, and therefore whenever I'm carving like a puffin from the East Coast, it's interesting and it's a lot of fun. And then you get to paint and look at the books and get the painting done right and so on.
So do a lot of people contact you with, let's say, photographs of something that they'd like you to carve?
Oh, yes, for sure.
And then you have to work from the photo?
Yes.
How do you determine what type of wood to use?
Usually free wood is the best to use, of course.
Of course, right?
But white pine and white cedar is very good for carving.
And before we go, show me.
And also, this is a black walnut owl, which it's a gray owl. It's stylized a bit, but the wood shows up very nicely on it.
Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. So head to the website and take a look at all of the different works of art that you have created. Or if you have something that you would like Peter to try and create, you can give him a photo, make the request, until he'll start working away at it. Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
You're welcome.
Incredible work.
Thank you very much.